Hi, I'm going to just take you through a quick tour of your new interactive 1003 form. Interactive PDFs are so much easier because as customers, I'm going to be the customer in this case. For me, it's just so much easier just to fill out a form than it is to print out, use longhand, scan, send back. One of the reasons isn't just all of the steps I have to take, but sometimes these boxes are really tiny and I can't fit all my information in. And having everything that's just right here fillable, it just makes it nice and neat. It fits. But not just for me, the customer, for you, it's a lot easier because if you are taking an application online, you just pop this open and you fill out all the fields. It also makes it easier for you when a customer sends you a form because it's legible. You could probably even copy paste a lot of the data out of here. So I wanted to show you one or two kind of cool features on each page because the whole thing is pretty self-explanatory, but there's just a couple little spots I really like. Overall, you'll see, the form is pretty complete. I made the the fonts. I made the text color of a pen, so it's easier for you to see. I made calculated or columns that were calculated on the bottom. They go across. They do everything they're supposed to do. Like on this page, for instance, let me show you. This page, calculations, when you get to line I, it says add up A through H. So that's all done so that me, the customer, don't have to pull out a calculator and do it, and neither do you. It's all already done for you. Um, There's a couple other places that's kind of cool, but I'm going to go through those just one second. Let's start for page one. So on page one, what I did that I thought was would make it easier is I automated things that were repetitive. So any place that the borrower's name is, for instance, they're linked together. So I put, let's say my name's Bob, the girl named Bob. So Bob Jones, and I realized, no, I'm going to put Robert because that's my legal name. So any place else that my name shows up, you'll see it changes it for me. So let's take a look. Yep, Robert Jones, changed it there. Also, I think on page 5 there was an instance. Yep, changed it there. Just makes it a lot easier. Also on page 1, I think there's one or two more interesting things. I put radio buttons here. I thought that was cleaner and easier. The date fields. Dates, I can never remember what notation I use. Do I say Feb 12th? Do I do 2/12? So here I just made it super easy. So for instance, I typed in 2/12/1960, but let's say I just want to put in February 12th, 1960. Same thing, it just makes it nice and clean and uniform throughout the form. Let's go to page 2. So page 2, I did that again here. So these boxes just look really small to put the dates from, your employment dates, the from and to. So I did the same thing here. These are now two separate boxes. And you'll notice that the nice clean dates, no matter what I type in there, it'll come out nice and clean, which is so much nicer for me as the customer and for you. All right, here's some calculations. So here's borrower 1, co-borrower, then we have the totals. Then this is the grand total of the combined borrower, and you'll notice that everything's linked. It goes across and it goes down. So down, down, across. So for instance, 90,000, then I realized, nah, make 95,000. So put in 95,000, you'll see it change there. You'll see it change there. You'll see it change there. Change there, there, there. Okay. So the rest is, again, is just basic stuff, but I just thought that was kind of cool. Here on this side, you have a little bit of multiplication going on. I made this into two boxes as well for payments and months, thinking it would be a little bit easier and to calculate the unpaid balance. So if I had a credit card and I owe $500 on it and I decided I'm going to pay $50 for 10 months, it does the math for me here as well as does the math for me down on the bottom. So I thought that was kind of cool. Also, I put the account numbers, I centered them here so they're just easier to read so I don't get lost in the address. I just thought it might be easier for you. I also did the calculations here. So here is total assets, total liabilities, A minus B. There is the net worth here. And you'll notice that it changes. The numbers change when I change in here. You could test it yourself, but I believe that it's accurate. Let's watch net worth. Is it changing? Let's do something bigger so we can see it. Yep, changes. Did you see it change? Okay, so you want to test that, make sure it's all there, all okay, but I believe it is because I tested it. Oh, I put in some of these little drop downs because I thought it was cleaner. Because as a customer, while I'm reading, there's, you kind of get kind of brain fatigue when you're filling out these forms. And the directions say property address, enter S if sold, PS if pending sale, or R if rental, being held for income. So I just put it out here so they can just pick. Alrighty, let's get to page 4. Yeah, again, I think I showed you this, but like on these numbers, this I, it is a calculation of A through H, and then there's some more math down here until you get to the final total. All the math is done for you. Again, I put some drop downs here because there's choices. Anywhere there's a choice, and you have to put these little acronyms or abbreviations in, I put a drop down. I checked off all these just to make sure that they work, and you could check them too, but I believe they all work the way they should. All right, let's see if there's anything else on this page. I think we're pretty much through it. There is the borrower's signature. I used a digital signature, and that's perfectly legal to use a digital signature. I have to put one in here. For these types of things, I like to use a combination. Remember before I said I like the consistency of the dates? When it comes to like official signatures towards the end, I like to put in I like to put in the full date, month, day, year. I'll show you what I mean. Ah, come on. There we go. I like to put in the whole thing. I just think it's so much cleaner and nicer at the end. There we go, to have that date, don't you? And anyway, let's go back here. I think I skipped a bunch of stuff. Oh, I put in some radio buttons here for you. So it's either yes or no. Yes or no. And face to face. So it's one of these 4, but obviously they can't pick more than one. And that's it. I also wanted to show you a little, that's not what I was looking for. Oh well. I could text you the legal stuff on the digital signature. But I hope you enjoy this. Let's talk soon.